A lot of people ask me, Sid, what is that tool that you use to actually show all your different presentations and stuff like that? Tell me what exactly tool that you use. And the tool that I use is called MindNode. I use a mind mapping tool called MindNode. And in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to walk you through all the features of MindNode. And also I'm going to share with you some of the other tools that you can use, whether you're using a PC or so on, because MindNode is only for Mac. But I'm going to give you some ideas about how mind mapping can be extremely powerful for you to bring your thoughts out, for you to plan your your various topics, especially if you're in the knowledge business. And you can use mind maps for pretty much everything. So the tool is one part of it, but how to use the tool is a different part of it. For example, everybody knows that Photoshop is a very good tool for designing, but the aesthetics on how to use Photoshop for design is a totally different skill altogether. It's aesthetics, it's a creative thing here. So in this video, if you stay till the end, I'm going to actually share with you some really cool things that you can do with mind maps so that you can maximize the potential of your brain. Okay, so let's get started. So mind mapping is something which I've been doing for a long time, and I use this tool called MindNode, and this is available only for Mac. And if you stay till the end of this video, I'll give you a few alternatives for Windows, but pretty much the whole the concept of how it works is similar. All of those mind mapping tools have similar kind of features. Now I just want to tell you that in this video, I'm going to, when you open up a mind mapping tool, you normally have a central node. This is like the central node. So I can make this a central topic. I can call this mind maps. And then under the central node, I can have different sub nodes. I can open multiple topics and just keep building things over there. So in this particular tutorial, first I'm going to cover the why part. Then I will tell you how to use mind maps, and then I'll give you what all can be done using mind maps. And then finally I will say where all you can find other similar kind of tools. So I'm just going to save this as a document, and I'm going to build this up as you go. Okay, so I'll tell you I learned mind mapping from the founder of mind mapping, Tony Buzan. And this was in Dubai a few years ago, where he had come and he'd done a full day workshop on how to use mind maps. And he is a person who actually has studied the power of brains, studied the power of the human brain and the potential of the brain. And a very beautiful thing that he shared in that seminar was that the brain it thinks radially, like it thinks in multiple directions. It does not think in a linear way. Like most of us, when we are doing any kind of thinking, we always like to think in terms of checklists or line items, but brain thinks in terms of nodes. Okay, and there are so many different nodes, and that's why MindNode is a beautiful tool. Tony Buzan, he's also created a software called Mindmap, I think, and that's also really cool. But I've tried all the different mind mapping tools, and this MindNode is one of the most flexible tools that I've seen out there. Okay, so let's come into this. So why does mind mapping? Why is it so powerful? Because it represents the brain and how the brain thinks. Like even your brain, you may be thinking of multiple thoughts at the same time and simultaneously, okay? And it's not like linear. It's not like you finish one and go to the next. It's multiple nodes. So the more and more I have been using mind maps, I've been able to really maximize the power of my own brain. And whenever I do research, I use mind maps. So I'm able to really absorb the concept on a brain level, okay? So that's very, very important. So how to use mind maps? So I'll break this down to steps. First one is start with the central idea. Okay. The second step is you start with a few nodes, or you can call it, say, subtopics, like what I'm just doing over here. And the third is you can go deep into subtopics. That's pretty much how I use mind maps. And usually when I do training videos like this, I don't go too deep. I don't like build like 3-4 layers in, but if I want, I can go deeper into this. If it's a central idea, I can share something inside this idea 1 and idea 2, and if I want, I can go even deeper into this and another idea 1, idea 2. So you can go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper onto each, so to really bring out all your ideas. So you start with a central idea, you have your instead of topics, I'll call it sub ideas, and then you go deep into, I'll just keep it go deep, okay? So I'll just tell you the features. Normally tools like MindNode, they have these really basic features, like you have like your left pane over here. This is like the side view on how you can view the outline of whatever you have shared over here. You can also see this formatting bar on the right here, where you can do multiple things. Okay, you can change the font, you can change the colors. I can change the color of this node to some other color that I want. Let me do it for this whole node here. I want to make it pink, red, purple, whatever I want. So my node gives me to do that. If I want, I can also add some icons. They have some icon sets over here. So if this is the brain part, and if I want to use something to do with brain or thinking, let me just use an icon like that. Let's use a thought process, or say why it's important. Okay, why it's important. I can click on how. Let's put this as the how, what has to be done, and then where to get all of this done. I can use different icons like that to represent each of the nodes of the mind node. And then you can even add images to this. If you want to add links to this, you can just right click and click on you have an option here to link this. You can link it to any destination that you want. If I want to send this to google.com, and then it links out. So the how part is pretty much the concepts are whatever I've shared here. Okay, central ideas, subtopics, and you can go deep. So what are the different tools, let's go into the applications. Where all can you use mind maps? So I use mind maps for different uses. So if I have to do any research work, I use mind maps over there. 2 is I do webinar presentations. I don't use that much of PPTs these days, and many of you, like sometimes even PPTs are very linear, and it's good for some things, but if you have to go really deep and you can actually prepare the entire thing to a mind map, then you can just keep explaining through the mind map, and you can keep opening up the nodes. So if I was explaining right now, if I want, I can close all of these nodes, and I'm still explaining only this part. And if you know that there are a few nodes that are coming up which are opening up one by one, it also keeps the attention span of people as you're going through the mind map. Okay, so you can use for webinar presentations. You can use mind maps for any kind of planning. Okay, I'm talking about you want to do any kind of task planning. So if I'm going to do planning and I want to add some tasks, right? I want to do like tasks, task 1, task 2, task 3, task 4. Okay, now mind node, it has some really cool options where I can convert this into a task. Let's see this. Add task. Okay, in fact, I'll select all of this and I'll make this also as tasks. So all of this becomes a task, and as I'm finishing each of the tasks, it shows how much is getting done. Now you can use mind maps even for this. So it's more like even like a project management system. So I can even call this in the form of project management. So imagine in the beginning of the month, you are able to create, or you just create a mind map of the tasks that you need to complete for the month, and you can break it down into week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Each week you can have your tasks listed out there, and as you finish, it will show you the completion rate. Now you can use things like that. Okay, even for projects, it'll work really well. The other application of mind maps is, like I've seen, when it comes to creating like lists. Resource lists. Okay, so if I have to make a list of the top 10 tools or the top 25 tools, I did a whole research on that. So, and I'm also maintaining some resource lists, like my top tools, top email marketing tools, top hosting platforms, top domain name providers. You can create a whole bunch of resource lists and keep that. So anytime you need to know where the resources, you can always go back to that one mind map, like a master resource list. Okay, I've not done it for myself, but I've done webinars, I've done videos where I've actually shared my top 25 tools and so on. Okay, so you can maintain resource lists. Okay, learning research, webinar presentations. I'll just keep this as presentations. That would include webinar presentations, seminar. Of course, it works well for webinar because I'm sharing my screen and doing it. Mind maps may not be useful if you're doing it in a live setting. Like if you're speaking to a live audience, PPTs work better because you got to click through your clicker and make things move. So in those scenarios, maybe the mind maps will not work. Okay, so I'll just keep it webinar itself. And the other application of Mindmaps, I'll tell you, is you can use Mindmaps for your, I'll just tell you some other applications what I'm using it for. I'm using it for, okay, it would come under research. Mostly it is, for me, it is research. Okay, research, presentations, project management, resource lists, and even when I'm doing videos. Okay, when I want to do like video tutorials. Webinar is what I would use live, but video tutorials, like even this is a video tutorial. Sometimes I pre-prepare for that and then I start to share all the points in a video tutorial. So pretty much I think these are the ones that I can think of at this point for mind maps, the applications and use. Now let's look at the features. So when you click on a node, you can add a new child. That is one option. You can add a new parent. You can add a new sibling. Okay, you can add a new sibling before. Then you can add a task. You can connect this to another node if you want. So if they're interrelated, so for example, if this is suppose this is interrelated to this topic, you can do something like that. So you would also know where are those interlinks and connections. It's a very cool feature. Let's go into any other options here. Yeah, you can even import an image and you can add an image to each of these nodes that you're seeing over here. So besides this, on the right side, I'll tell you what features that MindNode has. You can either view it in this layout. You have different kinds of layouts. Okay, this is horizontal layout. You can make it even to a vertical layout. Vertical layout will look a little bit different like this. Okay, not so user friendly for viewing, but you can, depending on the use. Okay, let me make it horizontal. And the branch type, you can make it angular or you can make it square. You can make it smooth flowing the way that you want. And they also have different kind of themes. Okay, let's go to different themes. I can change the theme, change the look and feel. I can make it look this way. Really, really cool themes. See, normally I use just the basic theme, what was there, and that's, let me go back to it. Yeah, this is the basic theme. So you have themes. You also have, you can also add tags if you want. So let's go and add a tag. Give me a second. Yes. Okay. So you're not able to see this, but I'll just show it to you. I'll just move my video on this side. Okay, I moved on the other side. You can add different tags. So I'm going to rename this tag as, let's say, learning. I'll add one more tag and I'll call it implementation. Okay. So if this is going to be an implementation tag, I'm just going to drag this and put this over here. So it's an implementation tag. This is a learning tab. Let's say I'll put as a learning tag, implementation tag. So you can actually create different tags. And if you want to like filter out and see things, like I just click on learning. Okay, I just want to visibly see only this. Then I'll know all the learning topics. I can see all the implementation topics. So it actually blurs out the rest of the stuff. Okay. Now if you want, you can use this. It's also a pretty cool feature. And you can even delete tags. Tags is a really cool feature. So on the top right on MindNode, you have options like, you can show the different styles. You can work on the styles. You can work on themes, tags, and also notes if you want to add any specific notes. So under this, if I want, I can edit note, and I can say this is the note. Okay, and I can actually link this note to maybe some other mind map. I can link it to some other location, and if someone clicks on this note, I can go and open that particular file. Okay, it's opened up the other file over here. Yeah, this is e-learning tools. Yes, so you can link notes. The best part is you can link notes to different locations. Okay. Okay. Or you can even see all the notes. Let's go and click on this and click on notes. Okay. This is the note. Yeah. So you have notes, tags, and you can do find and replace. They have some other options like, this is more like tag focus, ideas. I think I pretty much covered all the features of it. You can even make it into a task. Like you have this option on the top. Let's come back over here. Yeah, on the top you have, if you just click on any node and make it you can make it into a task by clicking on the top. Okay. So besides this, what I like about MindNode is you can even share into, you want to export this, you can export this into multiple formats. So they have, these are the basic formats, as a PDF, as a free mind software which you can open in other mind mapping softwares. Even OPML is a document that you can use in other softwares. You can also save this as an image with transparent background, markdown document, you can make it into a text, and save it as a MindNode document so you can open. They also have a sharing option where you can share it directly on email and so on. I think MindNode also have like a cloud version, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to just check this MindNode cloud. Yeah, they have some other really cool features like that where you can push it even into the, yeah, I think show my MindNode. Yeah, my MindNode is a cloud account. And if I want, I can save this into my MindNode. I can go and see my account details, the email that's connected to this account, and so on. Yeah. So let's move to MindNode, iCloud. Okay. So this moves into iCloud, and then it saves over there. So basically, the saving features are, you can either save it onto your local place or you can have it saved directly on the cloud. So even if I move to a different system, I just need to open up MindNode software. And I can pull the documents from my iCloud account. So what are the other tools? MindNode is one of those tools that are there for the this is only for Mac. Okay. But if you're using a PC, you can use Miro.com. I will show you. This is also a very cool mind mapping software. And let's go and see that over here. Give me a second. You can see this, Miro.com. It works for I think all devices. Then you have Mindmeister.com. Mindmeister.com is a browser based, so it does not matter. You can do the complete online mind mapping online itself. What I like about Miro is you can even collaborate with other people. So you create a canvas and then you can give collaboration rights with other people, and they can also, you can simultaneously work with a team to build mind map. So imagine you're working with a team and you share this one link to them, and you can allocate each team to generate ideas. So together as a team, you can get things done through this. Okay. Same even with Mindmeister, you have a collaboration option. Collaboration option is there. Let me just come back over here and bring my camera on, yeah, so that you can see me here. Yes. And there are other tools. Let's look at iMindmap. iMindmap is it is a tool by Tony Buzan. I think now they have been acquired. It's called AYOA.com. I like this tool. It's much more visual. You can make it, but as far as the tactile use is concerned, MindNode is like very fast. I really like it. Okay. And there's also Xmind. Xmind is for Windows. You can download this, xmind.net. I think this is a free software, and yeah, ideas grow on trees. Yeah, Xmind is it's a beautiful software, and they have a mobile version of it also, and you can use this. Okay, Xmind is very good. I'll just type here, top mind mapping tools. Let's go and see this. There are so many others in the market, and I'll tell you some of the ones that I use only MindNode, but I'm just giving you an example. So I mentioned Mindmeister, Aoya, we have Milanote, Microsoft, SmartDraw. We have so many other builders over there. So you just need to do your research on this. Like I love Miro, I love and MindNode. These are like the best ones. So coming back to the mind map, let's come back here and see this. So I've given a few list of tools here: Miro, Mindmeister, Xmind. Okay. Is that Aoya? Yes. AYOA. Yeah, correct. So these are the tools that you can actually use. The key here is to use more of it. Spend a few hours a day playing around with it, developing new ideas, maintain like a folder where you keep generating new ideas and keep putting them, and you can keep going back to them. And some of the best uses of, I would say the best outcomes of me using mind maps is my ability to be able to remember the information much more, because I'm able to visually see that in front of me, like how a brain sees it. I'm able to understand the big picture of things. Even though I go into the nitty-gritties, I'm able to also understand the bigger picture. When I'm doing course design or curriculum design, that's where it really has helped me a lot. If you're authors or book writers, now I'm actually writing a book, so I'm actually putting all of that into mind maps with sub nodes. And I'll give you a very cool tip. If you want to write a book really fast, just plan the entire book topic into mind nodes, into nodes, mind mapping topics, and just record everything. Just speak it out if you're comfortable, and then you can go to a website called rev.com where you can just transcribe the whole thing. I'll show you this tool. It's very, very cool. Yeah, there's a website called rev.com where you can get on demand. You can get all the things transcribed. Like it's like $1.25 per minute. It is expensive, but it's an AI based service, and it's quite accurate, very accurate in fact, okay, for what you're paying. So yeah, that's how. If you want to write books, you can use mind mapping. For courses, mind mapping. For research, mind mapping. For webinars, mind mapping. For doing videos like this, you can do mind mapping. Just make your life into a mind map. If you want to set goals, use mind maps into all the different dimensions of your life: health, wealth, relationships, spirituality, and then go deep into it and develop the mind map. See, when I attended Tony Buzin's event, he actually made us draw out the mind map, and he suggested you use different colors, and, ignite the creativity side of your mind, and then you make it very artistic. Okay, but like the founder of mind mapping, he always recommends doing it in an artistic way. But now, of course, with the technology and tools like MindNode, I don't get to spend much time on the artistic side of it. But if you want to do it, you can do that. Put a lot of images, to represent, and see if you can simplify those words. You don't have to write like long paragraphs in mind maps. Mind maps is not for putting in paragraphs. It is just put in those block words and ideas. And you can write maybe a one-liner, but don't go don't put big chunks. That's not how the mind will be able to absorb things. So keep it very simple and visual, and you'll be able to plan your life in a much better way, and plan every bit of your life in a much better way. So I want to address this point. Like many people ask me, Sid, what are you using? I'm using MindNode, and this is how I use mind mapping as a tool. There are so many use cases. You can do it in so many different ways. I've just shared with you what works for me, and it's up to you on how you want to use it, because each one of us think differently. Each one of us use our brain in a different way. Each one of us are unique in this world. It's just a matter of how you're going to be taking these ideas and putting that into action. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Cheers. God bless. What I would like you to do is, share your comments below if you really found this useful. That's the first one. Share this video with somebody if you feel that they're going to benefit from this. And number 3 is, you want to truly build a super profitable business in the knowledge space where you can use the power of your brains and to really make things happen. I will just give you a quick link. Go jump in, watch this particular video, and you get into my system, sids.co/formula. You'll be able to learn my formula that has helped me achieve over $1 million selling knowledge and selling information. All the best. Take care and God bless. Bye-bye.